Welcome 3D students. In this video we're going to create eyeballs for our creature. Now we used spherified cubes before so we could connect these sort of eye sockets to our body mesh. And we couldn't use spheres just because they wouldn't work. So we're going to use spheres now for the eyes. So switch to the front viewport, go to the Create tab and select Sphere. And sort of right in the middle of this eye socket create a sphere that's about the right size. And do the same for the other one. And then switch to the left viewport. Select both of them and move them into place. And then let's switch back to the perspective view and check them out. Now I left them small, probably too small, because we're going to have some eyelids as well. But let's go ahead and make these a little bigger. Let's turn on edged faces, and so we can take a look. Now you'll see the pupil and the iris are going to go here. I'll show you how to do that soon. But we need some eyelids now. So to create those, we're going to use this same sphere, but we're going to copy it. So I'm going to get my rotate tool, and I'm going to turn on angle snaps. I'm going to hold down shift and rotate a copy exactly 90 degrees. And you can see the amount of rotation down here. I'm going to do the same for this one. You can also see the rotation here, but sometimes it's hard to see. Now that we have that done, I think we should make these the same color as the creature. So I'm going to click on the creature and see what color he is. He's this one. So then I'm going to open up my layer manager and select one of the spheres that I just copied and make that the same color. And do the same thing with the other one. And then I'm going to select one of my spheres and scale it up just a little bit more in all axes than the eyeball. Do the same thing with the other one. And then I'm going to come over to the settings for the sphere and we're going to turn on slice. And then when we move this around, you can see that we have something that looks like an eyeball. Just have to play around with how they are sliced. Now we could rotate these just a little bit because I think the eye stalks are a little rotated, so maybe we would turn off angle snaps and rotate them just a little bit. Now we can rig these eyelids to blink and so forth, and that's why we did it that way. Okay, the next step is to create a material for our eyeball so it looks more like an eyeball. So to do that, we're going to use the material editor, move to a blank space and drag out a physical material, and go ahead and apply it to both eye spheres. And then we're going to drag off of the base color map, go to General, and go to General, and you need to find Gradient Ramp right here. Now, Gradient Ramp is a gradient that we can control better than just a plain old gradient. So we need to come down here in its settings, and you'll see some different things. We need to change the gradient type to radial. And we need to change the interpolation to solid. And you can see what that looks like here. Now, this flag here, these are called flags. Now you can double click on these little flags here and then change the color. Let's change that one to white. You can also add new flags. So to make an iris, we now have a pupil. You can click in a blank space between these two flags and then double click that and make that whatever color you want your creature's eyes to be. And then you can make the iris bigger by moving this. And you can make the pupil bigger by moving this. Now, it's really easy to create a flag like so. If you create one accidentally, just right-click on it and select Delete. Now, the final step in this process to make this eye look right is to add a UVW map to each eye, because it doesn't look right now. So just select the sphere, come to the modifier list, and add a UVW map. And the default map will work just fine. Now we can close the material editor and turn off edged faces and see what our creature looks like. So far so good. He's starting to have some personality. Of course, the process would be the exact same for creating a material for your eye if they were in the face. It's the same thing either way. It's also the same for the eyelids. In the next video, we're going to create the arms. And I'll see you then.